Hello, welcome to the Circle. I'm joined here with my colleagues Adam and Nick. Our first topic of the day is about the unemployment situation. Let's take a look at the numbers. Adam?
In November 2012, the people in the workforce numbered at 155,319. In December, it was 155,511. These numbers are extremely close.
True.
And the unemployment rate?
The unemployment rate in November was 7.8%, and that number stayed the same through December of 2012.
And people not in the labor force?
In November and December, the numbers were again very close. November, 88,855 people. In December, 88,839 people.
Right. So as we can see now, it really hasn't changed much. And if we take a look at at a month way before that, of people who are not in the labor force, we see that in the month of September, in the month of October 2012, that number was 88,407, which increased in the month of December to 88,839. This means that people are giving up hope on finding a job in America. Now, I'm going to ask you, Adam, why do you think that is? That people are just giving up hope?
I think the motive for people's lack of interest in finding a job is the fact that they keep getting rejected finding a job. Like Nick here. He said he's been struggling to find a job. He's been trying to get jobs for the past
3 years.
3 years.
3 years,
He
man.
still can't find a job.
Not one bit.
Really? Where have you tried?
Okay. You want me to name it? Because it's going to take a while. Okay. Friendly, Subway, BK, Coles, BCC motherfucking, Gap, freaking Mickey D, Salsa Fresca, A&P, Target. Oh my God.
All right.
No.
Don't keep going. We feel your turmoil. We understand.
What do you think though made it so that you weren't able to get a job?
I don't know, man. Maybe one reason I don't have a resume or something. But like still, man, I never had a job, and so like that's killing it right there.
You need to make a resume.
Yeah, I gotta make a resume. I'm trying to do that.
Not to offend anybody, not to offend you, but it's because you're lazy that you can't find a job.
True.
Well, you can't just.
You have to get up off the couch.
All right, so now we're going to speak to Adam about his employment situation and why he's able to keep a job, because he's actually currently in the workforce.
So I think I was relatively lucky to get a job. I knew somebody who used to be a store manager of where I'm currently employed, and I was able to get in fairly easy, just put in a good word. And my motivating factors to work is I'm still in high school, I need money for gas and insurance for my car, and it's annoying. I wish I could just have the money, but I need to work, and I don't mind it, so why not?
All right. I think we should take a look at what President Obama is saying about the employment situation. One of the things we could do is actually look over his debate with Mitt Romney, in which he speaks on the unemployment. All right, so here we are, and we're about to see what Obama thinks about employment as of October 16th, 2012, which was when he was running for president. This is the second debate. A gentleman named Jeremy Espin asks Obama about, what's going to happen when I get out of college. Am I going to have a job even though I have an education? Let's see what Obama has to say about this.
Mr. President.
Jeremy, first of all, your future is bright. And the fact that you're making an investment in higher education is critical, not just to you, but to the entire nation. Now, The most important thing we can do is to make sure that we are creating jobs in this country, but not just jobs, good paying jobs, ones that can support a family. What I want to do is build on the 5 million jobs that we've created over the last 30 months in the private sector alone. And there are a bunch of things that we can do to make sure your future is bright. Number one, I want to build manufacturing jobs in this country again. You know, when Governor Romney said we should let Detroit go bankrupt, I said we're going to bet on American workers and the American auto industry, and it's come surging back. I want to do that in industries, not just in Detroit, but all across the country. And that means we change our tax code, so we're giving incentives to companies that are investing here in the United States and creating jobs here. It also means we're helping them and small businesses to export all around the world in new markets. Number two, we got to make sure that we have the best education system in the world. And the fact that you're going to college is great, but I want everybody to get a great education. And we've worked hard to make sure that student loans are available for folks like you. But I also want to make sure that community colleges are offering slots for workers to get retrained for the jobs that are out there right now and the jobs of the future. Number three, we've got to control our own energy. You know, not only oil and natural gas, which we've been investing in, but also we've got to make sure we're building the energy source of the future. Not just thinking about next year, but 10 years from now, 20 years from now. That's why we've invested in solar and wind and biofuels. Energy efficient cars. We've got to reduce our deficit, but we've got to do it in a balanced way. Asking the wealthy to pay a little bit more along with cuts so that we can invest in education like yours. And let's take the money that we've been spending on war over the last decade to rebuild America. Roads, bridges, schools. We do those things, not only is your future going to be bright, but America's future is going to be bright as well.
Okay, now we're gonna take you back to the show. All right,
Right
so
now.
Adam, what did you think about that video?
You know, to be honest, I'm not a big supporter of Obama at all. So I don't believe that anything he says is very true, because he had 4 years before this re-election to get jobs, and he didn't do it. So what makes you think that he's gonna get jobs now? I don't think anything's gonna change.
Well, something that I think was really interesting was that in the month of October, he promised industry and growth in America's industry. Well, now that we're sitting here in late January, and I have yet to see a commercial of efficient working cars or a commercial supporting like an American-made product or an American-made energy source. I've yet to see that, and it's been October, November, December. It's been 3 months now since he's promised that, and I think in 3 months you could really start to amp up industry. You could, but I just think that Obama feels as though he is putting his responsibility on himself. He's putting a lot of responsibilities on himself that are saying that we need to become more dependent on Obama so he could tell us what to do and he could tell us what direction we should go. And we're all basically waiting on Obama.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants us all to just be waiting on him. Like, we don't want to wait on you. Like, we voted for you because we thought that like you were going to implement these things quickly and efficiently, just as you were saying you were going to do.
That was good.
That was good. Thank you. Do you have anything to say, Nick, about that situation?
No.
All right, Nick has no comment. He's obviously very furious about this.
Very.
All right, so tune in next time to The Circle where we'll be talking about gun legislation and other things. Thank you, and have a good evening.